It's strange when you write something and you give it, you put it out there. It's an exposure that's very very strange. And a few months ago, I think it was October, I did that with The Calling, and several people, many people has bought it, and several people I know have read it from cover to cover, and for that I'm totally in awe. It's humbling. Thank you for that. But I feel that I need to shoot a video to explain some things that I've had in feedback, or that I've heard from people after they've read the book. So it is fiction, although My Virginia Belle, is based on an actual Virginia Belle Moore who lived and who inspired the book for me. But the story is original to My Virginia. Now, I think the ending to most has been curious. As people are scratching their heads, and I can appreciate that. So I want to take a minute, and this will probably be a spoiler if you've not read it, but it might be a primer that you could use to kick off your reading, because I do encourage you to read it. Virginia, when you meet her, is by herself. She's lost everyone. She's lost her father now, her mother. She lost her mother when she was born, or soon thereafter. And Winston, the one true love of her life, who was attempting to gain the appreciation of her father, sacrificed his own life on a foreign soil, and she questions that. So she's by herself, and she's alone, and she's lonely, and she's brilliant, and she's magnificent, and she's sad, and she's tired, and she's just everything that the world, and especially the nation of America, was in 1945. She embodies that. So a lot of the story is accurate. So Winston's stories are real, her father's stories are real, but on the train ride from Louisiana, from New Orleans to San Francisco, she befriends a lot of characters who she dreams, or becomes parts of her mind. So she is journaling, and the majority of the story is her imagination. She's suffering, she's sad, she's beautiful, she's lonely, and the world is hostile, and it's moving too quickly. And she could only imagine what it would be if a knight in shining armor was to come and pluck her from this world, and take her to some place that's more beautiful. So Thomas, for those of you who read it, Thomas's introduction is actually her imagination. It is the person that's beyond her life, beyond her time, who discovers her and lets her live, and loves her in a world that is different than her own. So, without giving away the ending, think of how you would want to be remembered, and think about just imagine, if you will, someone 80 years plus after a photo was taken, to find it and become so fascinated with your story and your life that, just as I did, create something from you. And that's what she does. So the whole story takes place in about, I would say 72 hours, tops of 4 days. But in those 4 days, it takes on the suffering, the majesty, and the misery and the beauty and everything that is the greatest generation. Hope this helps. Go back in, read the last little bit, and also remember that Thomas's thoughts of his wife has a lot to do with the tutor, with Virginia's nanny's teaching. She taught her a lot of English lit, and of course, her hero is quite the Shakespeare. He quotes a lot of Shakespeare. So, anyway. Thank you again, those who read it. Maybe that will clear some stuff up. Look for the details. I try to do a lot of subtext. I love subtext. It's not what's in the words, it's what's in between them and what's meant by things that aren't said. Thanks again. Bye.